I was born to be free. How y'all doing? Listen, y'all already know we're gonna be extra, baby, because hello, everybody. Man, it's been a hot minute. How y'all doing? What's up, everybody? Let me say hi to the chat. Oh, I almost just accidentally quit my OBS. Guys! Guys, happy, what day is it? Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, you guys can still hear me. All right, we're chilling, we're chilling. Let me get the music up. I had to do that, man. I had to. I'm sorry. Sorry, but I absolutely had to do that. Guys, everybody, hello. Good afternoon. How are you all? I hope you are doing absolutely divine on this. What day is it? I don't even know. Wednesday? Is today Wednesday? I hope you are doing absolutely divine on this Tuesday, okay? Today is Tuesday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the G Spot. My name is Geo, and every single day I teach you guys why the market moves the way that it does. And man, listen, Bitcoin had a pump. Okay, I should sound better now. Bitcoin had a massive pump, massive pump over the past couple days, and it would probably be beneficial if I had Bitcoin on my chart here. But listen, man, we got to talk about what the hell happened here, because look, on my channel, okay, I have been screaming, and you can go back and check my last couple of videos, but I've been screaming about the importance of this high on Bitcoin. And I said many times, in order for me to truly flip my tune a little bit more bullish than I was, we would need to see significant candle closes above this level. What happened? As soon as we started seeing significant time frame closes above this candle, bam, we had a massive move to the upside. So, by the way, guys, I'm keeping my eye on XRP today. So if I keep going back to XRP, that's why. Because your boy is trying to get giga long on this asset, okay? Giga long. We're trying to get that. Actually, this low just swept all this liquidity, so it kind of makes sense right now, to be honest with you. Anyway, irrello. But listen, so when it comes to Bitcoin, right, we've been talking about the level. We've been talking about the importance of that level. We've been talking about how if Bitcoin is going to go higher, man, it's going to have to break that significant part. And I even said in those videos, and quote me if I'm wrong, go back and check. But I've even said that, you know, in order for us to even talk about all-time highs, which now we're allowed to, right? Because we're relatively close, you know. In order for us to even have a discussion about all-time highs, we first needed to talk about breaking that level, okay? Because that was a very significant resistance level. Very, very significant was that. And I made the video and I said that's the most important level on Bitcoin. And so far, I mean, look, I've been saying that people are too bullish, though I absolutely still believe that people are too bullish. You guys got to understand, man, when I say that, I'm very much so referring to the fact that people are out here talking about 300K, okay? And it's the same thing as like what I said, you know, you can't talk about all-time high until you close above 67. And now that we closed above 67, now we're allowed to talk about all-time high. So is Bitcoin going to be going to all-time high? We're going to talk about it today. Where do I think Bitcoin might head towards? We're going to be talking about it today. Are we overextended, and can we get a pullback, and where could we potentially look for a bounce? We're going to talk about that today. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you hit the like button if you like what you see. If you love what you see, make sure to hit the subscribe button. But I just want to say, man, listen, look, when we were at the lows, okay, when we were at the lows of the range, so you can see we're just ranging, right? Simple. I'm going to hide my TR main. I'm going to hide my market cipher for a second. When we were at the lows of the range, actually, which reminds me, shout out to Market Cipher, the sponsor of the channel, by the way. When we were at the lows of the range, it is not our job to get overly bearish at the lows of the range, because you are essentially, and I think anybody can see this, you are essentially just in your range. And so when you're at the lows of the range, you should be looking along. When you're at the short of the range, or the high of the range, you should be looking at short. So just like down here wasn't the time to be overly bearish, right now is not the time to get overly bullish, okay? Objectively, it's not the right time to do that. Now, does this move look like a strong move? Yes, it does, okay? It does look like a strong move because we broke above this level, this very important level that I was saying on my channel for the past week or so, right? This very important level. And we broke it with some pretty strong conviction here, okay? Now, does that mean that we cannot get a pullback? Absolutely not. Because, once again, I mean, you can see the past 2 days, we are up 9% on the last 2 days. You know, we did come back a little bit, right? We came back 4%. Excuse me, my apologies. Yeah, thank you for the reminder. Hold on, let me hit you guys with a disclaimer first. Guys, before I continue anything, understand where your source is, okay? So, disclaimer. All content presented is a complete joke. It should not be taken seriously. Geo is an incompetent... Oh, do you guys hear my voice crack there? Geo is an incompetent 5'2" and 3/4" wannabe singing non-financial advisor. Crypto's a scam. Making money online is impossible. Global warming is real, and the earth is flat. So, of course, viewer discretion, guys, is advised. Don't take anything that I say seriously because I'm 5'2" and 3/4. I can't even reach the top shelf to reach the cookie jar. So why in the world? Why in the world would you ever be listening to me? Rahards, thank you very much for the blessings. I appreciate you, my brother. Bless you back. Not that you sneezed. You might have, but in case you didn't. Anyways, bless you back anyway. So it's our job right now not to get overly bullish. It's our job at the lows not to get overly bearish. We are simply just ranging as we do. However, we have a pretty significant break above that high. And if you were to actually count this in itself as a smaller range, which it absolutely was, we have a significant break above this range. Okay, so this ain't no fake out. Nothing like that. Now, I want to say this. I was talking about how we had 4 consecutive days trying to break above that very important high, and we were failing to do so, followed with that massive follow through that we actually ended up having to the high. There were reasons to believe that price may get some form of rejection here. However, in a bull market, we need to know that sometimes all logic goes out the door and Bitcoin decides to rip it anyways, which is cool. Man, it's cool. I'm a trader. We are traders. We don't care if it goes up. We don't care if it goes down. Nobody cares, okay? But I want to talk about what might happen now, okay? So, objectively speaking, right? We were in a range within a range. Now we're in our bigger range. So now the smaller range is not really a range anymore. We don't really care about this. However, because we had such a large break, I mean, if I was going to take the percentage, okay? Or let's do a fib. If I was going to take a fib from the low to the high and I put on like a scale, okay? If I put on a scale here and I just like, I mean, what's the best way to do this? I guess I can move the scale based on here. So we moved, give or take, from that level. Let's just do it this way. Give or take, we moved like, let's say 45%. 40%. We moved 40% of the range from the range low to the range high. We broke 40% higher than the actual range. Okay. And so understanding that now it is more likely that if we get a pullback, which I do believe we can, and we're going to talk about that here in just a second. But if we do get a pullback before taking the all-time high, then it is more probable right now to actually be looking for a bounce off of somewhere in this previous range, also known as range-based supply, okay? So as of right now, and this sounds ridiculous, but it is what it is, all ranges you trade the same, all time frames you trade the same, it's just on a larger or a smaller scale. Right now, this looks like a protected low, right? Because we did officially flip structure bullishly, internally, mind you. So, expectational order flow is low, high, higher low, higher high, okay? This, in theory, should be a protected level. Do I think that we're going to come back for this low without coming to the high first? No. As of right now, no, I do not, okay? We are very close to the high, and it doesn't make sense to me for us to now not come up and take the high. Now, does that mean that we cannot get a retracement? Also, no. And I also think that we are more probable to get a retracement than to not get a retracement. Why? Why am I saying that? Well, number one, we do have divergences on market cipher. Okay, on some of these midterm time frames, right, we still have thick money flow, which is good. But on some of these midterm time frames, the 30-minute, the 45-minute, we do have divergences with money flow and with momentum waves over time. Okay, that's number one. That's the first thing that you need to understand. Could we, despite having divergences, get one last final push up? Yes, we absolutely can. And if you guys remember, back, I don't have the template anymore, but back, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I drew a potential like Picasso scenario, a Picasso Geo scenario, where I had like 3 green vector candles to the high, which came out of like seemingly nowhere. And so, do I think that, you know, we could get one last random push seemingly out of nowhere to the all-time high? Absolutely, I do. However, when you are trading, you need to understand that market makers are going to do what market makers are going to do, essentially, which is try to trap as many traders. And the people that were over leveraged on the shorts, like we've had a short squeeze, okay? That's like an objective truth. We've had a short squeeze and these guys all got wrecked. But now the people that have been longing in this area, so people seem to forget something, okay? People seem to forget, okay? One of the number one things you need to do when you're trying to do your TA and you're trying to learn how to trade in general. Actually, let me move my camera because my microphone is in my face here, and that's not very content-like, okay? So one thing you guys got to understand is that when it comes to when it comes to trading in general, it's your job to identify liquidity, okay? So up until, we're going to say yesterday or 2 days ago, give or take, everybody, not everybody, but most people that were short in the last 35 days, in the last month, okay? Most people that were short were liquidated, which is indicative of the short squeeze that we had, okay? But now you got to understand that everybody that's long, or most people that have been long in the last 3 weeks, are in the green with almost zero consequence, okay? Almost zero consequence. At these lows, we had a 4-hour spike wave, and we were talking about how we have the 4-hour spike wave and how this is a pretty bullish sign, okay? And fine, but now we have people that haven't really been right. Like the people that longed in this entire area were like, right, this was 2 days of no liquidity sweeps. So no longs were taken after this low was put in and we consolidated. Fine, we didn't have to. This breakout and then this retest also did not sweep any liquidity. So this was give or take 4 days of longs that were not engineered, right? They didn't come for the stop hunt. And then we had, once again, in addition to those 4 days, give or take, we had another 4 days of, once again, longs not being swept, okay? So we are right now building up quite a bit of liquidity in a sense that if price were to come down from here, which it can, okay? If price were to come down from here, then I would be surprised if we don't sweep at least some liquidity. Now, what did we say? In this, I'm gonna delete the larger range. Somewhere in this range, technically speaking, this is your protected low. So technically speaking, price is allowed to come all the way down to here without taking the low. Okay? It's not our job right now to be overly bullish at the high of the range. Definitely not. If we sweep the all-time highs, which we were talking about how the all-time highs look relatively ugly and how this doesn't look like a high. If we sweep these highs, I am absolutely going to be looking for shorts in this zone above this high. But I'm also aware that everybody that was long, not everybody, but most people, many people that were long from down at the low, from down in these ranges, from here, are all long and they are all still holding their longs. If market makers give them the all-time high from now, these people are probably going to take profit. And I don't believe that there are many shorts anymore above these highs, okay? Because most of the people that shorted moved their stop losses and liquidation points down to this level here for the swing traders, not necessarily for the super giga scalpers like we are, okay? So there's a lot of liquidity beneath us. We do have reason. We are overextended on these like higher term, midterm time frames to get somewhat of a pullback. Do we have to pull back? Absolutely not. Do we have to make a run for this liquidity right now? Absolutely not. And I actually hope that we do not get a sweep of these lows right now, because the higher we go while leaving all this liquidity intact, the better the shorts are going to be for later. I stand by what I said. I still think people are way too bullish. I still think people are talking about 300K and 500K, and Twitter is just, oh my God, we are so fucking back. We're so back. And I'm still not convinced, okay? And the thing is, and I'm going to repeat this because I feel like people misunderstand when I say this. When I say people are too bullish, I'm not saying that price cannot go up, because clearly it can and clearly it does, all right? I'm a trader. I trade ranges. I just mean that I know what it's like to be in a bull market and have all this hopium around and only hit the long button and then get destroyed. And if you think that we can't see this, which we've gone over many times on the channel, if you think we can't see this 55% retracement, think again, my boy. So anyways, Bitcoin had its pump. Okay, we pumped above that very important level of resistance, and currently we are in another level of resistance. Let me explain to you why this level that we're at right now currently is a little bit more bullish than it is bearish based on our reaction, okay? This here was a 12-hour order block, and we had a lot of confluence here, okay? A lot. Like, when I say a lot, I mean, we had 786s here. We had point of controls here. We had down volume point of controls here. We had previous range point of controls here. We have an order block here. We had naked points of controls here. Naked weekly points of controls here. We had so much reason to go down. Yet, price disrespected the order block and actually not only broke the order block, but not only wicked above the order block, which is not really what you want to see for a strong order block, but it actually closed above the order block. Okay, so despite having the most bearish or the most like such a macro resistance level, we still went right through it. Okay, went right through it like sliced bread, just went right through it and closed above it. Okay, so that's not exactly the most bearish sign for an order block on a 12-hour time frame. Now, what does that mean? That means that if we were to come and get that retracement, we could be looking for longs. The main place that I'm going to be looking for longs, give or take, is going to be around the 65K to 68K zone, okay, where we would then be looking for that higher low to then take us up to the all-time high, okay? And then at the all-time high, I am definitely taking profits at the all-time high, and I am definitely looking to get giga shorts up at the all-time high if we decide that, you know, the chart looks good and that people are way too bullish like I do think that they are. So that's basically what I think is going on for Bitcoin at the moment. We have levels that we're looking to trade. Money flow right now, I mean, these momentum waves are very high on the 12-hour time frame. If we come down to 4-hour time frames, we know the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. And right now on the 4-hour time frame, we actually don't have any divergences that are what I would call significant locally at the very least. Which means what I would be looking for is somewhere along the line another wave of up. So perhaps we do come down to this area here. We continue to keep our liquidity intact, which right now is better. And then we potentially come up and take the all-time high with bearish divergences on the 4-hour time frame and with money flow coming out over time. If I see this is my surefire signal to take profit, number one, at the all-time highs, because people are going to go absolutely off their bananas at the all-time high and looking for giga shorts. But that's basically what happened, man. We had this very important level. I said I wanted to see like a significant time frame close above that level. And you know what's funny is that somebody in my comments was like, on one of my videos, was like, my midterm TA isn't good, but I'm good at scalping. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I gave the zone. I gave the literal exact most important level, the most important number on Bitcoin. And then I said, if we close above that, then we're gonna like, that's the most important resistance. And then we shot up in one day, like what, 10-15%? Okay, 6%. But Ethereum made a huge bender of a run. I'm like, what are you talking about? But anyways, that's what's going on right now with Bitcoin, right? So we'll see what ends up happening here. We are in resistance, like I said, and we did wick out that demand or the supply zone, which is not a very good sign for the shorts. So, you know, should we come down and get somewhat of a retracement, which we very well may, and like I said, we have a lot of liquidity right now being built up beneath us. And so, for example, if they were to come down and sweep this low at least, because there are a lot of stop losses at that low before hitting the all-time high, I wouldn't exactly be surprised if they did that. And if they did that, your structure would still be respected on these higher term time frames, because you have high, you know, low, high, low, high, which means price is allowed to come down to here and price is allowed to SFP that low if it wants to, while still remaining bullish. So that's what I'm going to be looking for right now. ETH absolutely melted some faces, man. ETH was pretty wild. And it's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy to see. But that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now. And listen, we're not tweaking here, man. We're scalping every range that comes, you know. Even here locally, we are forming another range. And so we're just going to scalp the range. And if you're going to call this your range, which you very well could, right? If you're going to call this your range, essentially this is your range. You're at the lows of the range. You should be looking along, right? If you're at the highs of the range, you should be looking at short. And it is literally as simple as that. This is actually probably more of what the range would look like. Something like this. You're at the lows of the range, you're looking along. You're at the highs of the range, you're looking at short. That's it, man. That's it. That's the game. All right, let me check the comments here and see what's popping. Let me see Wagwan. Let me see what is popping here. Yo, what's up, Geo? Killing it. Keep killing. Thank you very much, Anthony T, my brother. Oh, actually, let me get the chat overlay on the screen. Let me get the chat overlay. All right. Anthony T, thank you very much, my boy. Unmuzzled Goat was popping. Crypto Incognito, how are you, my friend? Verified Trader says, hoping XRP can test lower 52s. I'm watching XRP. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. BR Rander says, Brother Geo, why does Trader Main keep dropping off your indicator list? I have no idea, bro. But listen, next time we're doing a Q&A, ask me and we can run through it. Because to be honest with you, I actually don't quite know. Senor Green, what's up, my brother? I would love to just F up everybody and go back to 60K. Yeah, I would also. I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter. Lennon says, Gio, I like your energy. Always filled with testosterone. Thank you very much, my man. I appreciate you. 24 min looks like a bear div. I don't have the 24 minute on my chart. I don't use it, but let's take a look at the 24 minute here on BTCZ. I mean, yeah, we got a little baby div, but I mean, we also know we got thick money flow, and the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences, and we're actually producing hidden bullish divergences right now at the low. So, yeah, you know, we do have a divergence, but money flow was a little bit too thick for my liking. So what I would actually prefer in this instance is to get this like next 24-minute wave to look like that, where you have a continued divergence with money still coming out, right? Because we understand the order of operations with market cipher, and we know the speed, right, the velocity of our oscillators. We know that the money flow oscillates a lot slower than the momentum waves. And so if we get something like this and money flow continues to come up, money flow won't have enough time to catch up to what it was at when it was at this price. So I would look for something like this. Not to mention, this could be your Model 1 distribution, because you have your 1 tap, your 2 tap, and then you could get a 3 tap over here, right? So that's something that I'll be keeping my eye on. But again, listen, we scalp every range, and when you're at the lows of the range, you're looking along. When you're at the highs of the range, you're looking at short. Its tail is over this time, and it's very simple. It's a very simple concept to wrap your head around in general, and that's basically how we do it, baby. That is how we do it. I was one of the shorts onto one at 180. It got sent to the mood. Oh man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I told you to long when we were below 57K. We're currently running into value area high and resistance. Well, you guys heard it, man. Ben said long. I actually gave, in my Discord, I gave literally the exact level. Like, the exact low. We were off on the low by $200. Now, despite when I gave the setup on my Discord, I said that this could take us to the all-time high. I didn't think that it was actually going to. I said it could, right? It's all probabilities, but I didn't think we were actually going to come all the way up here. What I wanted was to come up here, sweep these highs, come down one more time, hit 53K, and then blast off. But remember what I said, man. Listen, I'm going to stand by what I say. If we hit all-time high before we hit this, it is more macro bearish. If we hit this before we hit all-time high, it is more macro bullish. Very simple. And I've been saying that on my channel for a very long time. And this is why I say, I think people are too bullish, man. They don't remember what's possible. They don't. They do not remember what's possible. And, you know, right now, like I said, man, look, I don't think this is an all-time high. And I've been saying that it doesn't look like an all-time high because we just spent way too much time up here. But the longer we stay up here, the more reminiscent it's looking like this, right? The longer we stay, the more reminiscent of that. Like, look how much time we spent on this high. Okay, give or take. From this point, from the high to, like, let's say from the high to the actual high, 51 days, and then the high to, like, when we actually came down, let's say 80 days. Okay, so 50 and 80, right? How long have we been here now from the high? It's been 70 days. And then, okay, fine. We haven't taken the high yet. Assuming we take the high, it'll be around 80 days, and which is the point in which this dumped. My point is like, we've been up here for a very long time. We're obviously in like a almost 2.5 month range. And eventually, guys, this is coming. Like, this is coming eventually. And so the more that they don't come for those important zones, the more macro bearish it is, in my opinion. And so for the shorts, and what I'm hoping for now that we're this high up, I'm actually hoping that we have an all-time high. I'm hoping that we make our way up here. I'm hoping that we sweep some liquidity, and I hope that the hopium is going to kick in, and then we can finally start coming down and sweeping some of these lows, because I think that, I mean, people are absolutely off their rocker, despite you know, this big move to the upside, right? When I say people are too bullish, it doesn't mean don't long, right? I'm a trader. I don't care. I swear to God, if I woke up and Bitcoin was 0 tomorrow, I literally don't care. Whereas everybody and their mother would lose, like, would freak out, right? That means you're too exposed. I had to delete Twitter because watches get rejected at 75K. Yeah, exactly, man. It's very easy to get influenced. It's very easy to get influenced. And that goes for me too, man. Like, the best way for you to actually, like, be sustainable is, you know, get good at your own analysis and follow what you think and don't listen to anyone else. Honestly, that's the best way. Shouts out to Gear Gods, aka Dak. Appreciate you, Dak. Hit the like button. Guys, do me a solid and smash the like button if you like the content, if you like the TA. We've been kind of chilling on the lives lately because I'm working on a lot of internal stuff, but the lives are absolutely going to be coming back, and we're doing a lot, okay? Big changes are coming to VIP very soon. We're doing things that nobody else is doing. That much I can guarantee you. I can promise you that. Shout out to Mark Dutch. What's up, my brother? Thank you very much for popping by and for moderating with the wrench. ETH melting faces. Yeah, bro. Yeah, TR main still works for me, man. It still works out for me. Verified Trader says cancel the noise. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, like, you know what I do? So at the beginning of the bull market, like, my first cycle was last cycle, okay? I started crypto in 2021. Literally January 1st, 2021, I bought Dogecoin for 1 cent. And I used to follow like 15 different accounts, 20 different YouTubes. And, like, man, half of them are bullish, half of them are bearish. And, like, you know, so what I recommend is you follow 1 or 2 YouTubers. It doesn't even need to be me, but 1 or 2. And then you, like, allow them to, I don't want to say influence your decision, but you allow them to basically, like, help you, give confluence with your decision on whether or not you think price is going to, like, up or down. And, like, for example, you know, I think people are too bullish. That doesn't mean that you should think people are too bullish. Like, some people think that people are not bullish enough, and that's fine. But keep in mind that it's all, like, perspective, you know? I think that people are too bullish because I know what it's like to be too bullish, and I know what it's like to get burned. And I know what it's like to make $10,000 on this pump, and then to lose $20,000 when it massively corrects 50% because I'm too bullish, you know? I know what it's like to be in up only mode and did you buy the dip, and then the dip keeps dipping and you're like, oh, well, Bitcoin's down 30%, what more do they want? And then plot twist, they want an additional 50% on top of that. I know what that's like. And so when I say people are too bullish, that's what I'm talking about, right? But it's all perspective, it's all relative, right? What I experienced in the last bull market may not be what you experienced in the last bull market. I'm speaking based off of what I've learned and based off of my real world, like my real life emotions that you never experienced. So when I say people are too bullish, it's based on my experience, right? Maybe you sold at the top. I didn't. Right? Maybe you did. I did not. So that's why I have this opinion. That's why I have this emotion that people are too bullish. But I'm very well aware that shit can keep dumping. Don't think it can't. And so while I understand that, you know, even if Bitcoin goes to 200K, I'm still going to say people are too bullish. Because the truth is what's going to happen at 200K? Let's be real. What's going to happen? Nobody's going to sell. The people that are still screaming are going to say, oh my God, we're so back. We're going higher. We're going so fucking higher. And so they're not going to sell their Bitcoin at 200K. At 200K, they're going to be screaming for 1 mil. And that's it, right? Like, that's the problem. You know, that's the problem. And I just refuse to be someone that shills shit like that because, you know what, sure, it's up, but what does it matter if it's up if you don't sell, if you don't take profits, right? And that's why I say people are too bullish, because people don't know how to sell. And where do you make money? You make money when you sell, not when you buy, right? Dice, what's up, my brother? How are you, my friend? Gio, how's the cut going? Yo, listen, I'm at a calorie deficit. We haven't even started nuking calories yet, but coach got me on a wave, man. We broke 137 today. I'm the lightest I've ever been. I'm the thinnest I've ever been, and I'm the biggest I've ever been, and the leanest I've ever been. So it's going really well. Cizacito. What's up, my brother? How are you, my friend? I follow analysts that summarize all the economic data and set the tone for the week. I don't need anybody to tell you the direction. The waves and the money flow do that. There you go. There you go. Listen to Chris. I don't even do the news stuff. I have no idea. Like, I didn't even remember that this ETF thing was going to be a thing for ETH. Just some game for everyone. Just pretend you sold or bought at the best level. Would you hold it or would you add to it? Yeah, I mean, you know, one of the first things that I ever preached was to follow the percentages. And something I still do to this day is I don't close my positions fully for the most part. I like to see, for example, if I take profit, if I close my position while I'm up 300%, for example, and then I wake up tomorrow and I'm up 1,000%, I'm going to say, okay, what did I do wrong? Right? Like, I don't let my losses go in vain. When I take losses, I go back and I analyze what the hell happened. So I don't, like, let it go in vain. And then same with my wins that run. I don't let that go in vain either. I'm too petty. I am too petty to let the market either take my money or not give me enough money. So I go back and I analyze everything that I do wrong. And that's how you get better. What are my PRs? I don't really go for PRs, man. It's too high of a risk to reward for me. I mean, there's no point. And like, I don't know. Probably my highest bench. So I weigh 137 today. My highest bench is probably like, what's my highest bench? Maybe like 190. Oh, I don't know. I don't really go for PRs, to be honest. Follow one or two YouTubers, but also traders seem to be more right than investors. I would have been way richer if you listen to Crypto Face rather than BitBoy. Yeah, I mean, everybody like is their own, man. You know, everybody like does their own. Everyone, listen, nobody knows what's gonna happen. That's the thing, right? Nobody knows, right? When I say people are too bullish, I don't know if it's gonna go to 200K, but I'm open about not knowing it. Whereas these other people are like, yeah, man, we're so back, we're going way up. You don't know that. Like, you don't know that. You know, so I agree that crypto banter like put me in the dust as well, in the dirt. And you know, but sometimes Crypto Face is wrong. Which, by the way, guys, huge shouts out to the sponsor of the channel, Market Cipher. Marquis Cipher. Huge shout out to Market Cipher. By the way, also, guys, if you are looking to purchase Market Cipher, let me just add that I have a new Market Cipher affiliate link code. Same link, but different discount code. The code is now Geo for 15% off Market Cipher. Hey, dude, smarter, stronger, richer. It is the way. I appreciate you, my brother. And Anthony, let me tell you something, man. I would rather miss a pump than get wrecked on a dump. Put that, quote that. I would rather miss a pump and not be bullish enough than get wrecked on a dump. Because everybody that made money on the way up is going to lose it on the way down. Why? Because people are too bullish. You know when the time to be bullish is? When Bitcoin goes down 50%. That's when you be bullish. Not when Bitcoin goes up. Let's see. Let's see. You know, you're not bullish when you don't be bullish when objectively when Bitcoin goes up 380%. You be bullish when Bitcoin goes down 75%. That's when you be bullish. Oh wow, 300 bench. Big dub. Big dub. Yeah, 300 is insane, dude. How to stay profitable with trades? I have more losing trades than winning. Will I be more profitable with experience? Yeah, man, it's experience. It's do what I said. Go back and analyze your trades. Listen, be petty like me. I am very petty. I'm a very petty person. If I lose, like I'm not mad because I use it as a learning opportunity, but go and learn why you lost. Like, be petty. Be like, yo, what the hell? Like, man, okay. For example, an eye for an eye, right? If someone hits me, I'm going to hit them back. That's how I am. Like, I'm not going to be the bigger person. And you guys see that. Sometimes people come and pencil neck me and they chirp me and whatever. And then I shit on them on live. I'm like, you sound like a fucking retard. Okay? But do the same with trades. Like, get offended when you lose. Get offended. Go back and analyze what happened, what went wrong, and then fix it. People don't do that. And I'm not saying have a journal or anything. To each their own, man. If you want to have a journal, fine. I don't have a journal. I don't care. But I let every loss, I go back and I'm like, okay, what the hell happened? Why did I lose this trade? And I find it. There's a reason. There's always a reason. Go find it. Do not let your losses go in vain. But yes, it comes with experience. And the thing about experience, my friend, let me illustrate this point to you. Time is an oscillator. Okay? Time is an oscillator. Meaning that your 1 minute moves like this, your 5 minute moves 5 times slower than your 1 minute, etc. And the price, think of the price as a woman. The price has different moods. Or think of it as seasons, which I guess it is, right? There's spring, there's summer, there's winter, and there's fall or autumn, okay? The funny thing is that it's going to absolutely, right? You're gonna get better with experience, but the thing about experience is, like I said, with the oscillators, right? Your 1 minute you'll have all your seasons, your spring, your summer, your fall, and your winter. You'll have your seasons a lot faster on the 1 minute than you will on the weekly chart, okay? A lot of these people that are in here and that are screaming for higher, which, hey, look, I'm not saying we're not going to go higher, but a lot of these people don't know what this feels like. Remember I said it's like your girl, like her moods? This is when your girl's on her period. Ironically, because you're bleeding, okay? People haven't experienced, anybody that has joined crypto in the last year and a half hasn't experienced this. You don't know what this is. And you won't know what this is because looking on it on a chart doesn't do it justice. Okay? Because you think, oh, we're down 75%. That sucks. Dude, add in your leverage. Add in the fact that how many people, look at this. Let me show you this. This is what I mean, man. This is what I mean by people are too bullish. Watch. Hi, did you buy the dip? Hi, no, I'm going to even take it further. Hi, did you buy the dip? Hi, did you buy the dip? Hi, did you buy the dip? Hi. Actually, I'm going to even take it further than that. Watch. Hi, did you buy the dip? We are so back. Did you buy the dip? We are so fucking back. Did you buy the dip? We are so fucking back. Send it to 10 million. Did you buy the dip? We are so back. And then, whoa. What just happened? Oh, that was a black swan event, or that was an anomaly. We are so fucking back. Did you buy the dip? We are so fucking back. Did you buy the dip? We are so fucking back. We're going to 10 million trillion. Did you buy the dip? Did you buy the dip? Did you buy the dip? Okay? There's emotion. The candles are a storyline. No matter how much I tell you, the emotion here, you're not going to feel it. If I try to explain love to you, it's going to be so different than when you are in love. You can't explain love. Like romantic love. You can't. It's something you just feel. It's the biggest mystery on the planet. This is emotion. When I say people are too bullish, people haven't experienced this emotion. It doesn't matter how high it goes. You're too bullish. Don't think that the love of your life can't rip your fucking heart out. Don't think that Bitcoin can't rip your heart out. Like, it can. That's all I'm saying, you know? Geo, what am I going to analyze? Oh, am I going to analyze some alts? Yeah, I'll take a look at some alts. Let's look at ENS. Please explain romantic love. And just like how love is easy to to confuse with lust, did you buy the dip is easy to convince with, or easy to get confused with, oh fuck. Dude, these are I got some fire quotes today. Like come on. That was gas. Like, let's go. That was fire. Anyway. ENS. Do you mean ENJ or what is ENS? I'm not gonna be the bigger person, clearly. Yeah, man. Fuck that. Ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't. What's my most bullish target? Dude, I don't know. I don't think it's going to go to 100K. I don't. I think there's going to be so much selling pressure at 90K. The thing is like, okay, when price gets to 90K, for example, okay, people front run 90K and they go to 89K, right? They go to 89, like they'll sell at 89 because they want to front run 90, because a lot of people will sell at 90, right? Now, take that effect, but like multiply it by 1,000,000,000, because 100 is 100. Like 100 is even harder to get over than 200. It's 100. So now the people that would normally sell at 99 are going to front run it and sell it at 98. But then those people are going to front run it. So now people are thinking, probably, this is how I would think. This is exactly how I would think personally, okay? I would think, all right, well, 95. I'm going to front run it by 5K. I'm going to sell at 95. But then, because I'm thinking that, I'm going to think that other people are going to think that. So I'm going to sell it at 94. Man, anything north of 90 is going to be insane selling pressure. Insane. Insanity. And in my opinion, we could go to 99K and I still would think that we're going to hit this level. Minimum. Absolute minimum. Minimum. We could be at, I'm going to understand what I'm saying. I think we could be at 99K and I will still say that 53K, we're more likely to hit 53 before 100. I don't think we hit 100 without touching this level, personally. And I don't even know if we're going to hit 100 this cycle, man. I don't. Because of how much there's going to be so much sell pressure. Guys, when things get up there, every single tick, look at all these ticks, right? See how Bitcoin is moving by $10, $30 at a time? Every single tick is going to move by like $1,000. We're going to go 90,000, 93,000, 89,000, 92,000. It's going to be every second is going to be like $1,000 move. There's no way, man. There's no shot. No shot. People are hitting the buy button at 94K. Can you guys not hear the music? You guys should be able to hear the music. Shouts out to Ty. Ty's a G. Cito doesn't see 100K. I don't know, man. Rahard says spitting. I was about to say fit and spacs, man. I just had a stroke. What about injective? Yeah, let's check injective. Okay, let's talk about all the alts, okay? Let's talk about all the alts. So, injective right now. The SFP, I mean, this was from a long time ago, but the SFP played. Wow, that was a very long time ago. Yeah, I agree that it looks bullish. I agree. Just on first glance, on the weekly time frame, it does look relatively bullish. Let's check the daily time frame here. The only thing that I don't like about injective, I'll tell you this. This is how all the altcoins look right now, okay? Let me tell you how every single altcoin looks right now. They're basically the same. So I'm not going to cover each one because it doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna show you basically what I'm seeing and how every single altcoin looks, okay? Right now, currently, every altcoin, give or take, is within a range with the exception of certain ones like Ethereum, okay? Every altcoin is in a range for the most part. When Bitcoin put its low in, all these altcoins put its low in. The problem that I had with Bitcoin is that Bitcoin and what it's been doing, I'm not going to sit here and say that it hasn't even been doing this because it's been doing this. But my problem with the Bitcoin low is that we never came back and took that low. Okay, even the lows here were relatively disgusting looking. Now, Bitcoin is allowed to get away with this because Bitcoin dominance is high and the market's going to follow Bitcoin, right? But as Bitcoin dominance rises and your altcoins remain in this range, while the altcoins also have never taken their ugly lows, like typically what happens is you dump and then you come back and you take the low again. We haven't been doing that this entire bull market. The entire bull market, we haven't been doing that. So understanding where your altcoins are right now relative to where Bitcoin is and understanding that Bitcoin dominance is relatively high is important. Because if Bitcoin dumps, then your alts are going to bleed. And in my opinion, for alts to make a serious run, alts are going to have to come back for that low. because that's what happens when you have an accumulation. There isn't enough liquidity to run without that low. There's too many longs in general, okay? Like, this is the thought process behind it. So if Bitcoin decides to get a pullback, and remember, dominance is up. So if Bitcoin gets a pullback, then alts are going to bleed. And so the narrative right now is Bitcoin will go up, let's say 15%. Your alts will go up a little bit. Certain ones more than others, right? Ethereum obviously had its rip. But if but what's it called? If Bitcoin bleeds, then alts are gonna bleed heavily. And so we just need to keep that in mind, right? While dominance is up. Damn it, Geo, it's a bull market. It's supposed to be overextended until it's fucking over. I mean, yeah. Doesn't mean it can't go down, though. That's my whole point. Am I stupid to say there's a very, very small chance of a $3,500 Bitcoin eventually? I mean, dude, you wouldn't be any more stupid than the people saying, you know, 100K or 200K or 500K. Anything is possible. Literally anything is possible. Did you buy the dip? Is the same as a stripper saying, don't worry, babe, no one's gonna find out. Yeah. I think we will go over 100K because a lot of people will be shorting with the stop loss above 100K. Maybe, man. Maybe. Maybe. But I'll tell you this. Altcoins are going to make new lows. Altcoins are going to make new lows. Some of them. Some of them are. Like ADA, I talk about all the time. And why? Because dominance is up. So when Bitcoin gets a pullback, your altcoins will also get a pullback. But altcoins didn't go up as much as Bitcoin did. So, you know, altcoins go up a little bit. Bitcoin goes up a lot. And then altcoins go down a lot. And then Bitcoin goes down a little bit. But does he know the pitch? Dude. I almost want, like, look, man, look, I've said this many times, okay? I want Bitcoin to go down. If it was up to me, I would want it to go down. I don't care. I trade either way. I don't care. Like, people think that I care. I literally don't care. My spot positions are not even close to my leverage positions. Like, I literally, when I tell you, I don't care. And if anything, of everything, Bitcoin is the least thing I care about. Because Bitcoin, if I put $100 into Bitcoin right now, it needs to go to 180, 170,000, whatever, 140,000 for my 100 to be 200. So why the fuck would I put money in Bitcoin? When I tell you, I literally could not care less, and people are so fucking stupid. Who gives a fuck about Bitcoin? I don't care about it, personally. Nobody uses it, that I've seen anyways. And if I'm doing it for investment purposes, like everybody is so convinced, fine. My $100 is going to be worth $200 after it goes to 140,000. Who the fuck is buying up here? Like, man, worst case, who cares? What's the point? If Bitcoin survives, Ethereum's going to survive, and Ethereum's going to go a lot more than Bitcoin will. So, unless you're trading, who cares? And so, to answer this question, I hope, dude, I want nothing more. Listen, and it's not so that I can say I told you so, but for this comment exactly, you know, it's supposed to be overextended. Man, nothing has to happen. Nothing. It doesn't have to go to 100K. It doesn't have to go to 3,000. But the problem is that people think they're so smart and they think, yeah, man, it's going. Like, no, you don't know that. That's why I just trade both directions. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But it's just really annoying how people think that it can't go down. Like, it's just annoying. It's annoying. It's not even, it doesn't affect me. Like, I don't care. It's just annoying to see. It's annoying. Like, dude, get real, bro. Like, get real. And the problem with it is that all the reverse FUD, all the hopium that's spread, like, people lose their houses, man. Like, I'm sorry, but this comment, like, people lose their houses over this comment. And I'm not gonna be the word behind why somebody loses their house. I'd rather you not buy a Lambo than you lose your house. Drop the fucking mic, man. I'm a trader. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if it goes up or down. People think, oh, you missed the boat. You fucking retard. If I put $100 in, my 100 is worth another 100 if Bitcoin goes up $70,000. You think I give a fuck about a 2x? Like, how stupid could you guys, not you guys, but how stupid are people? They're like, it blows my mind how dumb. If I was gonna go anything and miss any boat, then I missed the altcoins boat, which I didn't miss anything because I was buying during the bear market. But if I missed any boat, then I missed the altcoins. I don't care about Bitcoin. And you know what the best part? You know what the best part is? I'm gonna tell you the best part about Bitcoin. You guys ready for the best part about Bitcoin? Is that nobody gives a fuck about Bitcoin. You know why I know nobody gives a fuck about Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin, they judge it based on the valuation against the dollar. If Bitcoin is up, crypto Twitter is freaking out. But 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. So why are you emphasizing the dollar amount, what it's valued, against the dollar if the dollar is so shit? Why? Because nobody actually fucking cares about it. They're lying to you and they're lying to themselves, and everybody's delusional because 1 Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin, right? Cash is king. Cash will always be king. Cash is king. Cash will be king. 1 Bitcoin is not 1 Bitcoin. I mean, it is, but nobody cares about Bitcoin. They care about what the dollar amount is. Calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9. Okay, man. Again, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I literally don't care. But it's just, it's comical. Like, people are so fucking stupid. It's funny. It's funny, man. It's funny. Okay, let's go back to this ENS thing. Dude, I hope, bro. I hope. if Bitcoin goes down to $3,500, dude, that would be sick. I would love to see that. Maybe people would fucking wake up. You're too bullish, man. Protect your house. Not making the Lambo is not worth losing the house. Don't be stupid. Crypto, Bitcoin. Fuck out of here, man. What's the first thing people look at? The dollar amount. Cash is king. You know it. I know it. All right. Let's check out ENS. ENS right now. Definitely not the time to long it, I'll tell you that. If you're following internal structure, which you could, you know, you got up, you got down, you got up, you got down SFP, we'll call it, on some time frames, and then up. Ideally, you would want this low to hold, but once again, it's very important for you to understand what Bitcoin is doing relative to your altcoins. So, if Bitcoin decides to shit the bed with dominance up the way that dominance is up, then your alts are gonna bleed. So don't be surprised if Bitcoin, or if this ENS comes back to this zone in general. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes for this zone. Definitely not. I will tell you this: we rejected perfectly off of this 18-hour order block, literally perfectly. So it's definitely not the time to long. That is for damn sure. Despite what everyone else says, long everything, long your bags. Don't be stupid. It's not the time to long. And, you know, we're simply in a range. And, you know, we have our larger range, just like we do with Bitcoin. So this looks a little bit reminiscent of Bitcoin. Obviously not exact, but you have your larger range. And you have your, you got your larger range. And then you have your little local range as well, okay? So we are at the midpoint of the range, right? We're at the midpoint of the macro range, and we're at the high of this local range, and we just mitigated this order block. So, you know, if you see proper structure confirmations in terms of structure flips, we did SFP the high, so we actually engineered liquidity, which we tend to do to the upside. We tend to engineer the liquidity on the highs, but we tend to not on the lows. But you know, if you're watching your Wyckoff accumulation, for example, or rather distribution, this could be your tap 1, this could be your tap 2, depending on what happens here with structure, would relatively depend on whether your tap 3 could be up here in your 18-hour order block, or if you were to get a lower high, if this is going to be a distribution model to then send the price lower. Again, I would be looking for some kind of support here in this area without doing too much TA. Potentially bouncing off of the lower part. I think like maybe around 18.1 would be relatively decent, but in general, you know, this is definitely not a time to long. And look, you can also see money flow divergences over time on the 10-minute time frame. If I actually see an entry on this, which I'm going to keep my eye on ENS, then I will look to short it, and I will look to short it as low as they allow me to, because once again, there's a lot of liquidity beneath us. And so because we're not stupid and we're not going to say up only like all these fucking demons, you know, I'm going to take it down as much as it lets me, because I know that it can go down. I'm not stupid. Shouts out to Candles Don't Lie. I appreciate you, my brother. Guys, hit the like and subscribe button if you like not living in delusion and like living and trading in reality. Man, I could sell out and I could say up only and I'll gain subscribers, but I don't need to do that. 6.9 to 9.6 has always been the real support. Maybe people would panic and start selling as price gets closer to their break even. Yeah, definitely true. We got to also understand, like, you know, a lot of the pump was due to the ETF stuff, and that's the funny thing too, man. The ETF stuff, like the inflows. Yeah, you know, the inflows. You're right, but the thing about the inflows are like when shit, like, look, crypto's an emotional roller coaster, that we know, okay? That much we know. Now, traditional markets don't move the way that crypto does, for the most part, unless it's like meme stocks. So the emotion that we talked about in the last cycle that people don't know because they've never experienced emotion. Remember, I can't explain to you how love is, what love is. You have to feel it. These people that are buying the ETFs haven't experienced this emotion. So when Bitcoin starts doing that, and their Bitcoin ETF starts doing that, what do you think the first thing they're going? What happens when the stock market crashes? What happens when the stock market crashes? What happens is Bitcoin will, or sorry, people run to their advisors and say sell, and the advisor's like, no, this is not the time to sell, don't do it. And they're like, no, I'm selling, I don't want to lose more, and they end up selling. Do you think that they're not going to do the same thing when it comes to the ETF? Do you think that? Where's the logic? Oh, but it's the future, but the inflows, but the supply shock. Bro, what are you talking about? Supply shock. What are you talking about, dude? If you could sell it in a split second. Retail's not here yet. Okay, wait for retail to be here. And wait for retail to experience the emotion. Because everybody from the last cycle is still here. Most people. Dude, like, checkmate. How many more do you want? You want me to checkmate you on other topics too? I'll check, man. Shout out to Lonesome Dove 89, one of the most genuine content creators out here. Do yourself a favor and subscribe. Thank you very much for being here, my brother. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry for bringing out the claws a little bit today. But, you know. AZTV says, not gonna lie, I want to TP a lot, 77 and 92k. Alt and BTC, but until then, up only. Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. Man, listen, if I was a content creator at the lows of the bear market when Bitcoin was like 15k, I would be saying the same thing in the opposite direction, right? I'd be like, dude, it doesn't have to go more down. We've been going down. I would say the same thing. I would literally say the exact same thing. It just happens that we're in a bull market right now. I honestly think people forget that BTC was 3,500 4 years ago. Yeah, man. Like, get real, guy. Get real. Jason Gasper had a good idea. He said we're at a point where people that actually do stuff like build houses and work are poor, and people that make streams or live videos and trade are rich. Yep. Yep. Very true. I say it all the time, you know. When I was like convincing my parents what I do, and they like at first didn't understand, like I'm like telling them, I'm like, online work is the most important work these days. Like, not the most important, but the most like the holy grail profession is something online now. It's not a lawyer or a doctor or a surgeon anymore, or a pilot. It's not any of those anymore, right? Because I can, for example, work on a trading course, which by the way I'm doing, put 50 hours into my trading course and then get paid forever on the previous hours that I've put in. Whereas you go, if you're a lawyer, you work 20 hours, you get paid for your 20 hours. But you're still exchanging your time for your resource, which is cash, by the way, not Bitcoin. Whereas me, I don't trade my time for money. My time is infinite, right? That's the benefit of content creation. And so, listen, with that being said, I'm going to say this. With that being said, if anybody wants to be a content creator, like, let me know, man. I'll put on for you. I'll support it. Kind of weird how the guys actually trading, making real money, aren't whoring for views. Almost seems like all other crypto influencers are gifting up only to dump their bags. Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. I could easily just tell you up only, you know, but you're gonna lose your house and I'm gonna gain a Lambo. Why? For what, man? Not like losing your house is not worth the Lambo that you're not gonna get. And I've seen it. I have seen it. What's going to be a good support level? Okay, let's talk about what's a good support level. So, I mean, I'm looking down for 67K. I'll tell you this, okay? Down in this, like, little area here, which we could absolutely come to, I'm going to be looking for longs essentially anywhere in this zone if I see the confirmations that I want to see. We know Market Cypher still has relatively thick money flow here on the 45. Yeah, we had some divs at the top, but we still got thick money flow. We know the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. And so absolutely I will be looking for longs if we were to come down in here. Aside from that, I'm just scalping, right? Like if we form a range here, then I would be scalping. I'll tell you this, on the 5-minute time frame, we got money flow divergences and we got momentum wave divergences and we have vector candles that we can come and recover. Did we have anything that we could that we came to mitigate? I mean, technically speaking, we did come into this little range-based demand, so would I be surprised if we get a little bounce from here? Not really. Not really. We have the money flow divergences, so I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. Right? It depends on what you quantify or qualify as like a high probability setup. Like, how high are you going to take this up, right? Because if you decide to long this while you're under all the EMAs and you're under the VWAP, where are you going to take profit? As long as you know that, then this isn't a bad place to necessarily enter, but, you know. Am I Muslim? No, I am Catholic. I respect the traders on YouTube in comparison to the LARPs like BitBoy, George, Altcoin. Yeah, man. Like, I don't, you know. Geo in Florida decided you're an official resident. Yo, let's go, baby. I'm trying to come, bro. Hopefully next year I'll be a resident, a real resident of Florida. I appreciate you, bro. And thank you for coming every stream, man. I love you, too. Thank you, bro. I learned a lot from you. I can think like you a little bit. At least I learned the structure of the market. This TR main thing and the fake cipher helps a lot. Cheers, my brother. Not the original one. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All love, bro. All love. Cleo, if Bitcoin goes to $3,500, I will give you a whole Bitcoin. But yeah, Kaglar, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Anyways, guys, so listen, we've been streaming for, I've been actually rambling here for an hour. Streams are coming back. You know, they're going to be a little bit lighter than today. Today was a little bit of a heavy stream because I had to, you know, conversations took a certain way and whatever. And I don't mean to hate, but, you know, it is what it is. Like, I refuse. Like, I know what it's like for people to lose money. Anyway, we got big things coming in VIP. Very big things, okay? I'm working on a trading course as well. So streams are going to be consistent again every day, but they're going to be 1 hour, not 2 hours, and not 3 hours. And yeah, you know, for my VIP members, I'll see you in the VIP. I'm going to make a YouTube video right now. I got to get back to the foundation where I'm teaching again, because we lost that a little bit. But I'm doing a lot of stuff at the same time. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Trade safe. Don't be stupid. Don't get caught in the up-only mumbo-jumbo. Trade the range. New all-time high is coming. When? I don't know. Are we going to get a retracement? I don't know. How far down? I don't know. Did you buy the dip? I mean, what is the dip? Is the dip 66K? Is the dip 60K? Is the dip beneath this low where there's a lot of liquidity? Is the dip beneath all this liquidity? Beneath this liquidity? I mean, I'm not gonna say we're coming down there, but you know. All I gotta say, man. All I gotta say. My friendos, until next time, everybody trade safe. Stay blessed. God bless. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.
Set my heart on fire.